Life was good. Easy jobs, regular pay, a reliable crew. But things went south and you had to drop off the grid. Put a bullet in the past and start fresh somewhere new. The promise of opportunity and anonymity draws you to the free city of Berlin, the flux state, a grand experiment in social order. Corporations tread carefully here. Even the great dragon Lofir has only so much sway in the constantly evolving power structure of Berlin. The perfect place for a savvy Shadowrunner to disappear and begin anew. As luck would have it, home to your old partner in crime, Monica Schaefer. It's your third run with Monica and her team, an old castle holdfast, 1 hour east of Berlin. Perched on a hill overlooking the countryside, the job is standard smash and grab. Crack the vault, grab the data, get out in one piece. A mediocre payday, but work is work. As the team gathers for Monica's pre-run briefing, you pause to take in your surroundings. The estate grounds are silent, save for the faint whistling of the wind. Your team gathers near a side entrance to the old castle holdfast, cloaked in darkness. The night is peaceful. You know it won't last. You know it for what it is, a pleasant illusion that will shatter at the sound of the first gunshot. Listen up, folks. Monica Schaefer, you ran with her back in the day. Watched her get her first data jack. Now she's your team leader and a direct hot decker to boot. We're on a tight timetable. I want to enter the estate and find the basement, open the vault, extract the files, and then bolt. 10 minutes, top to bottom. Trying to get home in time for worm talk, love. Dietrich, shaman, the old man of the team. He smiles at her, his facial tattoos writhing in the moonlight. Monica's eyes twinkle with mischief. Maybe. How many times have I told you? You can't trust anything that comes out of a dragon's mouth. That trid trash will rot your brain. It's educational. Besides, this should be a milk one. Security is supposed to be light, a few automatic weapons, no armor. With a little luck, they will never even know where we're here. Just like old times, eh? Yeah, just like old times. Milk run or not, we should be careful. Glory, razor-clawed street samurai. Her voice is cold and neutral, her expression placid. They may be only private security, but their bullets don't know that. I can patch you up if I have to, but I'd rather not have to. You people need to relax. Remember, we're professionals. Monica raises her arm and speaks into the wrist-mounted comlink. A darkened face shimmers on the view screen. Iga, are you in position? The comlink crackles, and the response comes back low and soft. Softer than you'd expect from a troll. Affirmative. The lines have been cut, and I have a clear line of fire to the estate service entrance. When you exit the building, the path will be clear. Excellent. Thank you, Iga. Just doing my job. Iga out. See? We're professionals. Alright, people, enough chatter. Our client wants the data from the vault. So we get him the data from the vault. Quick, quiet, and quick. You said quick twice, love. Worm Talk is on tonight, Dieter. I told you, it's educational. intel says the elevator should be to the north. I want to look around first. What the hell? So far, so good. If your skirmish with security set off any alarms, you don't hear them. Monica leads the rest of the team downward, to the basement of the Harfield Manor. Your payday is waiting. The data vault lies ahead. That's a big freaking vault, Liebchen. Bigger than on this schematic. The schematic did not have a date. Our client may have old intel. Still, our instructions were clear. The data we're looking for should be just on the other side of this door. A quick jaunt into the Matrix, a little digital hand-waving, and I'll have this thing wide open. Be right back. A burst of static crackles through the tiny speaker on Monica's comlink. Iger, still in position outside the estate. Hold on, Monica. Who's in charge while you're jacked in? Monica rolls her eyes. Dietrich fixes his stare intently on the vault door. Glory looks cold and distant, just like she always does. We've been through this before, Iger. You're not into KSK anymore, and that chain of command nonsense doesn't fly into shadows. We don't need rules and regulations to guide us. The same principles that apply to the flux state. Please, spare me the lecture. Your politics have nothing to do with this. Best get used to it, Iger love. Look, it's a simple question. Years of experience tell me that it needs an answer. Iger's right, Monica. We should have a second in command, just in case. Very well. We'll do this one Iger's way. While I'm jacked in, Killer Krieg is in charge. Killer Krieg, did I just hear you right? You're putting the rookie in command? I'm no rookie, Iger, and you know it. You heard what I said, Iger. This is ridiculous. I know that this is a joke to you, Monica, but I'm telling you. Iger, the decision's made. You have your answer. Acknowledged. Sorry about that. Iger can be inflexible. The legacy of a long military career. But she knows what she's doing, and she means well. As long as she follows orders, she can think what she wants. Very good, but I wouldn't deliberately antagonize her. Iger's skills and experience are invaluable to this team. She's also a killing machine. There's also that. Okay, enough chatter. Let's get this done. See you on the other side. Without warning, Monica's back arches violently, and her head jerks back, silencing her terrible screams. Muscle spasms ripple through her face, and her jaw snaps shut, sending a mist of blood spraying between her teeth. You look down to see a nub of pink flesh hit the floor, the tip of her tongue. The room explodes into action. Glory leaps towards Monica, her hand outstretched to yank the cord from her data jack. Dietrich surges forward to wrap the team's fallen leader in a bear hug, holding her against the convulsions that rack her body. With Monica's unearthly scream still ringing sharply in your head, you're only dimly aware that the door is slamming shut right behind you. While Glory holds Monica's head steady, you snatch the cord that connects Monica's data jack to her cyberdeck. Without a moment's hesitation, you give a solid yank when the cord comes free. A wisp of oily blue smoke traces its way back to her data jack to the ceiling. The commingled sense of charred meat and ozone fill the air. You've seen the effects of biofeedback before, but nothing like this. Suddenly, Monica's eyes flutter open. Muscle tremors continue to distort her face, and blood oozes between her lips. You see the muscles in her jaw tensing and the look of concentrations in her eyes. She's struggling to speak. Talk to me, Monica. What are you trying to say? Slowly, painfully, Monica wrestles her jaw open. The blood welled up in her mouth comes pouring out in a slick, covering her chest. She expels a thick guttural sound that might be a word. Satisfied, she closes her eyes and forces her mouth to make the shape she needs. Fear. With effort, Monica opens up her eyes and meets yours. You see pain and fear in her gaze, and something else. Hope? Fauerschwinger. A sudden spasm jerks Monica's head back again. She grunts, and then her chin drops to her chest, and her head lolls to one side. Her eyes fix on an object in the next room, a computer terminal. The soft light of a cursor blinks on its recessed screen. Slowly, she attempts to speak again, but the only sound that emerges is a long, strangled croak. A look of resignation washes over Monica's face, and she stops fighting. Her gore-slicked jaw goes slack, and she dies. Monica, no, this can't be happening. We've got hostiles. This clearly isn't a data vault. We need to get out of here fast. They've sealed the door behind us. We've got to find another way out of here. What are you doing? Monica was trying to tell me something about this terminal. It must be important. Well, any ideas? Something tells me we're going to have more company soon. Stay frosty, Dietrich. Just give me a minute. What's going on down there, rookie? Talk to me. Iger, new extraction point. Hold up. There's Monica. Down. We'll be exiting via an old service entrance. To the west of the main grounds. I need you to keep that exit clear. Watch that. What's the play, Killer Creek? Our escape route will open in a minute. We hold tight until then. By hold tight, you mean sit here and fry anyone who comes through that door, don't you? Pretty much, yeah. I can do that. I thought so. When the door locks, disarm. We make a break for it. Until then, we make them pay for Monica. The figure loping towards you is big, even for an orc. The majority of his body is sheathed in heavy, overlapping plates. What you can see of his face looks raw and slick. Old scar tissue stretched tight over his skull. He wears an expression of supreme confidence.
All right, friends. Playtime's over. All you Shadowrunners are the same. Skulking, sneaking. Steal a vase or two from the museum. No harm. Maybe I'd let you scamper away into the night. But now, it's too late for that sort of generosity. Visitors aren't welcome down here. Drop your weapons and surrender.
Such military grade armor he's wearing, Killer Creek. Hardened against small arms fire. We're going to have a tough time getting through it. I'm less concerned about the armor than I am about that minigun. Those things can tear a man in half.
You have 3 seconds before I open the hose. Step out here and surrender, and I'll promise I'll make this easy.
Something tells me that you're gonna kill us either way.
True, I can't deny it. But wouldn't it be easier if you didn't fight back?
Oh, shit. I knew this was going to happen. I fucking knew it. We can talk about this later, but for now we need to bug out. Tell me something I don't know. Pile in, people, and kill a Quake. We're going to have a little talk in the cruise bazaar. Kreutzberg, home to nearly 500,000 people and, until very recently, Monica Schaefer. Once a melting pot of cultural diversity, it's now a chaotic mess of wealth and poverty, crime and commerce, anarchy and control. It's also home to your own little slice of Berlin, a neighborhood that the locals call the Kreuzbaser, a safe port in the eye of the storm. The ride back to the Kreuzbaser is quiet. No one is in a talking mood as the van peers past potholes and garbage piles, the glare of street lights and neon signs play across your window, painting the world in a kaleidoscope of garish colors. Soon the van rounds a corner and skids into a halt in a narrow, crumbling alley. This is as far as Berlin's chaotic streets will take you. Your team wordlessly debarks the vehicle and climbs down into a disused section of the U-Bahn tunnel system, a well-kept secret, providing you and your team safe passage into the Kreuz Bazaar. Your safe house waits on the other side. Let's get inside. Can't happen fast enough, love. The sooner we get in there, the sooner I can get drunk. You step inside, and the squalor of the disused U-Bahn tunnel gives way to the warmth of your safe house. A man waits inside, silhouetted against the dim fluorescent lighting. Something bad has happened, hasn't it? He steps forward, revealing a pale, expressionless face, light glinting off steel-rimmed glasses. Paul Amsel, your team's fixer and landlord, part dealmaker, part information broker, one of the most well-connected men in Berlin. His eyes sweep across the team as he takes it all in, the grim faces, the hard stares, Iger's fury, Monica's absence. I had a feeling. How did she? His face has gone ashen. He swallows, takes a moment to chew on the words before spitting them out. How did it happen? Something in the vault's security system got her while she was jacked in. It was over in an instant. I've seen Monica hit black ice before. This was something worse. Monica died of a biofeedback-induced stroke. That's right. Iger thrusts a gloved finger into your chest. And this idiot stood by and let it happen. That's bullshit, Iger. You weren't even in the room. No, I wasn't, sir. And that's exactly the problem. If I'd been in your place, Monica would still be alive with us. Instead, I left her with you, and now my friend is a corpse in a basement. Look, Iger, Killer Krieg's right. You weren't stuck in that basement with us. You don't know how things went down in there. You do us all a favor and shut it down, okay? Shut it down? Fuck that. I respect you, Dietrich. You know that. But if you don't have my training, none of you have. Monica was good. She was the best, right? But she was also overconfident. She treated the job like it was a game. Do it long enough, and you're gonna get burned. If you'd been paying attention, you'd have figured all of this out on your own by now. You'd have known that Monica needed watching as much as that door. Enough, Iga. Enough. How many seconds passed between Monica's first convulsion and a plug being pulled out? 4? 5? Do you know how much damage biofeedback can do to a Breker's Dane in 5 seconds? How dare you? You don't have to answer that. Of course you know. Monica died while you stood in there and watched. This is all your That is enough. Monica, you and Killer Cree can have it out later, but I've had enough. We need to talk action. Our client sent you into something much bigger than he'd led us to believe. I want to know why. Right there with you. This was supposed to be a milk run. Payback isn't the only reason we need to find him. We saw something back there. Something we weren't supposed to see. It's fair to assume that we're still in danger. Agreed. And we need to neutralize that danger. We need to know who we are dealing with. Let us review the events that transpired tonight. The smallest detail could be important, so hold nothing back. Monica lived long enough to say a name. Fauerschwinger. She fought hard to tell us. It must be important. Das Feuerwing. This is unexpected. You'll have to forgive me. This brings back many unpleasant memories. The Firewing? The most terrible of the great dragons. There are those who would disagree, but they never experienced the terror of living under his shadow. You are far too young to remember, of course, but for Germans of my generation, the name Fauerschwinger is synonymous with chaos, destruction, and death. The dragons of today are subtle creatures, full of patience and guile. Fauerschwinger was not. After her awakening, she went on a 4-month rampage that claimed tens of thousands of lives. Those were dark days. Countless men, women, and children were slaughtered, roasted alive in their homes by a creature of legend. No hope for salvation, and no end in sight. It was a horror that you cannot begin to understand. What stopped her? I can't imagine that a rampaging dragon would go away on its own. Eventually, the Firewing was cut down by a man named Adrian Vauclair. Well, with the help of the Luftwaffe, of course. But it was experimental weapons designed by Dr. Vauclair that finally pierced her hide. She fell in a hail of bullets and rocket fire and crashed down in the radioactive wasteland of the Sox. This event was called the Dragonfall. Safe at last from the dragon's wrath, Germany celebrated Vauclair as a hero. Our own Siegfried, a modern-day dragon slayer. My own family practically worships the man. If the Dragonfall was as important as you make it out to be, I'm surprised that I've never heard of it. Those early years of the awakening were traumatic, Iga. Not just on a national level, but on a global scale. New species of awakened animals were being discovered daily. Within 2 years of the Dragonfall, active use of magic had returned into the world. A new source of terror for a bewildered public. And in 2021, the sudden emergence of orcs and trolls gave rise to another global panic. In light of such turmoil, is it any surprise that Dr. Faulkner and the Firewing were forgotten? Dragons were yesterday's news. Again, all of this happened decades ago. To the best of my knowledge, the story of the Faustfinger is a bit of a historical trivia, and nothing more. Alright, so Monica spent her dying breath trying to tell us about a long-dead dragon. Any idea as to why? No, it doesn't make any more sense to me than it does to you. The Dragonfall is ancient history. Faustfinger has been dead and gone for 42 years. But there's one thing that I do know. Whatever Monica saw, whatever she was trying to tell us, it was important. I will look into this and I will find answers. In the meantime, did you turn up anything else of value? After everything went to hell, we were confronted by an orc in military-grade armor. He appeared to be the head of security. That is not much to go on. Do you have any details about this orc come to mind? Any distinguishing features that I could look into? He was an older guy, for one. From the sound of his voice, I'm guessing mid to late 40s. Pretty old for an orc. And he'd had skin grafts. Most of his face looked like replacement material. If the grafts came from a legitimate hospital, there may be medical records. That is something. I will see if I can find out more. Did you note anything else during the run that may be of value? The estate was just a front for whatever was going on in the basement. That much is clear. It wasn't a minor enterprise either. The facility took serious funds to build. And time. There was more to it than we saw. Places like that don't just spring up overnight. And all in secret. The owners, whoever they may be, were none too pleased by your escape, I'm sure. What else did you find? That's all we've got. That's not much. This thin, I agree. Basement, a middle-aged orc with skin grafts, and a long-forgotten world event. Wait, we're still missing something. Who paid for this run? I do not know his exact identity. I did not set up the run. Monica did. I warned her. I told her not to take the job. But she assured me that it would be a cakewalk. Monica was approached recently by a man who calls himself Green Winters. He used to be a prominent activist in the F-state political scene. I never much liked the man, and I certainly never trusted him. But Monica, she would do anything for her cause. Anything for the Flux State. Winters swore that the data he was after was crucial to ensuring the future stability of the Flux. And that was all it took. We need to track down Monica's client and press him for information. Yes, most definitely. It is clear that Green Winters has involved us in something much larger than he led Monica to believe. When we find out what happened on the next run, he's probably gonna wrap it. We need to chase him down before that happens. So we need information on Green Winters, and we need it fast. There's a man here in the Kreuz Bazaar, a Turk named Altug Birakazi. He owns a little soy calf shop. on the way called Cafe Sesvi. This man is also a purveyor of information. I've done business with him from time to time. And you think he might know something about Green Winters? When I discovered Monaco's renewed association with Green Winters, I contacted Altug. One of his people has been keeping tabs on Green Winters ever since. As I said, I did not trust that man. Pragmatic. Sounds like it's about time I pay Altug a visit. Yes, tell him I sent you. I will do whatever I can to dig through any information you've uncovered already, sparse though it may be. As you start towards the safe house door, a large four-legged form steps around the corner. Dante, Monica's dog, an enormous mongrel of indeterminate breed. A low whimper emerges as he enters the room, head hanging low. Oh shit, Dante. Don't worry, boy. We'll look after you. He started whimpering about an hour ago. Turned into a full-blown howl. Wouldn't stop. Kept. That is when I realized something bad had happened. Looking down into those huge brown eyes, you see intelligence and sadness. He lets out a small whine and rubs his head against you. Dante leans into you and looks up mournfully, pressing his ribs against your leg. I guess the dog is going with you, Killer Krieg. Well, perhaps a part of Monica lives on in Dante. Return to the safe house when you've finished with Altug, my friend. With a little luck, you can help us locate Green Winters, and we can get to the bottom of this. And now, I think we should all take a moment for Monica. Dietrich turns his head at your approach. His aging face is traced with a network of faint scars, a legacy of too many fights over too many years. While he still retains a degree of strength and vigor, it's obvious that the shaman you see today is a shadow of his former self. Despite all of this, there's still an aura of power surrounding the man. He raises his bottle, offering it to you. Killer Krieg, welcome. Got a bottle of schnapps that needs sharing. We've got a fallen comrade to drink to. To Monica. Prost. Let me ask you something, Killer Krieg. What made you choose to come to Berlin? Why do you want to know? Monica told me that you moved here from the Rhine-Ruhr megaplex. Made it sound like you'd been there for a good many years. Successful years at that. Leads a man to wonder why you packed up and moved here. It was time for a change, that's all. Oh, come on, boss. Nobody moves to Berlin without good reason. If you must know, I came back for Monica. Well then, I'm sorry for your loss. Even sorrier, I mean, if a man can be such a thing. Ah, yes, Monica. It all comes back to our girl, doesn't it? So let me ask you, just what was your relationship with Monica anyway? I know you two knew each other way back, but she was pretty coy about these things. Are you always so inquisitive? Yeah, I suppose. My life's an open book, so I guess I just sort of figured that everyone else's will be too. So how about it? Want to fill me in? We were very close. Figured as much. Not from anything you and Monica said. I just had a suspicion. Well, anyway, good on you both. She was a wonderful woman, and I hope that your time together with her was happy. Anyway, I've taken up enough of your time, and the bottle's almost empty. Thanks for taking the time to talk. For what it's worth, I'm happy you're here with us. Rest in peace, Monica. We'll miss you, girl. Something I can do for you, fearless leader? You're wrong about me, Iger, and I intend to prove that to you. Best of luck with that, Killer Krieg. Now please, leave me alone. Not just yet. There's something else that I want to say. Alright, but make it quick. You owe me an apology. You had no right to call me out like that in front of the team. You want to step away from me, Killer Krieg. Right now. Not just yet. We need to talk about Monica. Not right now, we don't. Don't push me on this, Killer Krieg. One of these days we're gonna hash this out. And you can talk all you like about the clusterfuck that killed one of my best friends. But it won't be today. Alright, Eiger, but this conversation isn't over. It is for now, fearless leader. Do us both a favor. Take the hint and walk away. Killer Krieg, how can I help you? Hey, Glory. How are you holding up? Don't worry about me. I'm solid. You sure? You look like you're a million miles away. I'll be with you when it counts. Right now, it doesn't. I'll talk to you later. Suit yourself. Looking for some magic, my friend? If you've got the cash, old Zach's got the flash. Not right now.